Breaking tonight, a fragile ceasefire under pressure. Donald Trump accuses Iran of violating a key agreement in the Strait of Hormuz as oil tankers remain stranded and global energy markets brace for impact. We begin with rising tensions in the Middle East and growing concerns over the stability of a critical global oil route. US President Donald Trump has accused Iran of failing to uphold its commitments under a recent ceasefire agreement, warning that its handling of the Strait of Hormuz is, in his words, not the agreement we have. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important shipping lanes, remains heavily restricted despite the ceasefire. Around 25% of global oil supply passes through this narrow waterway, making any disruption a major global concern. But reports indicate that hundreds of ships remain stalled. Shipping traffic is severely limited. Some vessels are avoiding the route entirely. In a social media post, Trump sharply criticized Iran's actions, saying it is doing a very poor job of allowing oil to pass, and warning that any attempt to charge fees or restrict access must stop immediately. He added a direct message, white right pointing backhand index, that is not the agreement we have. The statement raises concerns that the ceasefire conditions may already be breaking down. Iran has reportedly tightened control over shipping movements, considered charging tolls for oil tankers, imposed strict coordination requirements for vessels. Some reports suggest fees could reach millions per ship, a move critics say violates international law. The consequences are already being felt worldwide. Oil prices are rising toward $100 per barrel. Energy markets are becoming volatile. Supply chains face disruption. Meanwhile, more than 200 oil tankers are reportedly unable to pass through the strait. The current ceasefire between the United States and Iran was built on a key condition, white right pointing backhand index, the full reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. But with shipping still restricted, analysts warn the agreement may be at risk. Trump has already hinted that failure to comply could lead to further escalation, including potential military consequences. The situation is being closely monitored by global energy markets, international shipping companies, world governments. Experts warn that continued disruption could trigger heavy checkmark a global energy crisis, heavy checkmark economic instability, heavy checkmark renewed military confrontation. This is no longer just a regional dispute. The Strait of Hormuz is a global economic lifeline, and control over it represents power, pressure, and leverage. What we are seeing now is a dangerous shift. A ceasefire on paper, but tension in reality at this hour. The ceasefire still holds, for now, but the Strait of Hormuz remains restricted and global pressure is building. The question now is simple, but critical. Will diplomacy hold, or is this agreement already beginning to unravel?